Well, good morning from McKenzie Mountain right here in Republic, Washington. It is 9/11. What a day. Remember the attacks on the Twin Towers in 2001? My youngest son and his daughter and his oldest son here in Republic. My son is on the fire department, volunteer fire department. My granddaughter is in the fire department cadet program, and then my grandson, my oldest grandson, is on the sheriff's deputy department. And the three of them went to the Republic High School, where the football field sits down real low, and there's a series of steps that you take to get up from the football field up to where the high school is. And they climbed those steps this morning starting at 6:30. My son did 2,100 steps this morning in about 59 minutes in full firefighter gear, just to memorialize 9/11, 2001, and the firefighters and other first responders who lost their lives on that day. I think some others did it as well with them, but I'm not sure of who they were. Of course, we had that shooting, Kirk shooting yesterday. What a tragic thing. You know, you think about him, just a young man, young family, just loved his country and was trying to do something to be a witness and a testimony and a help to our country, and was shot for it. There were people celebrating his shooting and his death. I can't. Things are changing in our world so much because that the stabbing of the lady in Charlotte a few days ago, and then his shooting were on video camera and taped so clearly, and so the social media has been showing again and again and again his shooting, and again and again and again her stabbing, and all that's just it's a shocking thing. Almost desensitizes people for those sorts of things. You know, it's one of those things. Yesterday, in my daily visit with God, I spent time looking in the book of Numbers, and it'll be the blog that I'm going to post today, Numbers 33:55, where God told Israel that they were to go into the land of Canaan, and they were to completely dispossess the people of the land. They were supposed to take the Canaanites out. And people can say, well, God, that's cruel, and God is being cruel and unjust and so forth, that kind of thing. And we're living in a day when, the capital punishment is thought of to be such a bad thing and so forth and all that. And part of what's going on is our world is becoming less and less convinced that there is evil in the world. We demonize the gun rather than the gunman. We don't want to let people out of prison too soon, or we excuse their evil because environment or society or whatever, those sorts of things, and we're living in when you take God out of the equation, the next step is evil becomes relative, and when it becomes relative, well then, everything goes except for what bothers me. And that's where our world is coming to. And so people who did not agree with Charlie Kirk's position, didn't believe he had the right to say what he was saying, not a violent man in any way, shape, or form, who thought it was wrong for him to have a position, felt like it was okay for them to take out his life. It's an evil, evil world that we live in. We need to be praying for the United States of America, praying for our world. And really, what we ought to be praying is that people turn to Jesus Christ, because the fact of the matter is, Christ is the only answer for the problems in our country. Christ is the only answer for the problems in our world. And only when people, men and women, turn to the Lord Jesus Christ, will we see evil turned around. And when Christ comes again, we'll see the eradication of evil completely. All right, well, enough preaching and philosophizing today. The Lord bless you and keep you, and make his face to shine upon you, be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace on this good day.